Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to California, Pennsylvania. Beautiful day today where we have the matchup with your California Vulcans against the IUP Crimson Hawks. Ladies and gentlemen, we're at Phillipsburg Stadium where we will have a decent matchup between these two teams. Looking at the lineup, not the lineup, but the records and the standings between these two teams. IUP second in the PSAC West. And the Vulcans fourth behind Slippery Rock. So, as record does not tell all the story. Both the teams similar record, albeit, but should expect a decent matchup here today.
Well, it should be a fun matchup here today. Braxton, California coming into this game hot off the heels of a very, very hard-fought draw against a top 5 team in the country, the Gannon Golden Knights. And in fact, California thought they had the go-ahead goal, but what a lot of people are saying was kind of a tough call to go against, an offsides call right on the top of the box, negated a goal, and then California unable to get that big upset, but still to go with a draw against a team of that quality. Good to have that coming into this game. IUP, no slouch. They are also near the top of the PSAC West, undefeated. It's a great day for soccer. We weren't sure the other day, Braxton, when we were talking about doing this game, whether or not this game would be played in a rainstorm, but the rains have parted, and California and IUP will be playing on a beautiful sun-splashed afternoon here from Phillipsburg Soccer Facility. California wearing their home white with the red trim, IUP in the black road kits and the white numbers. They will be going left to right, so
as we start off this match.
We're doing soccer. I thought there was no.
IUP to start. So best believe at this point in this game that IUP will look to push it quick, and they do.
Yeah, early corner kick. No, actually, it's going to be a goal kick for California's good foot race towards the corner, but won by California, and be a goal kick for California's Emily. We met the starting 11 for both teams. We'll start with California and goal Emily. We met Caitlin Bickart, Christiana Sims, Caitlin Thomas, Cora Wilkins, Bella Gilberto, Isabella DeGlopper, Sophia Orfel, Hannah Morton, Kaylee Elwood, and wearing the captain's armband today is Lorena Ramos. For IUP in goal is McKenna Yarrow, Hannah Scardina, Abby Myers, Kathariana Biltz, Elle Smith, Avery Clanton, Emma Hayes, Kristen Finnerty, Emma Mannion, Lauren Gunsett, and Paige Fauci. California is coached, of course, by Pete Curtis, and IUP is coached by, as I need my notes, Noreen Hurley. She's in her third season, longtime member of the Slippery Rock soccer family. We have some action near mid-court, or midfield, mid-pitch, as I'm trying to navigate my way around Braxton's 750-pound book bag. If you've seen Braxton along campus, you've also seen his book bag trailing behind him. It's very heavy. That's a very strong young man. So, but Braxton, enough shenanigans aside, we talked last time we did a game together. You're a former athlete, so let's ask the question. California, playing a top-ranked team to a draw. What's that like after that emotional high coming into another really tough game?
And to be honest, it's kind of, I don't know. It's as you said, it's probably a good high and a bad high. You wish you would have came out with a win there, but at the same time, you went against the top 5 team in the nation and still kept them, was able to tie with them. Now going into this game, you'll probably ride with some of that momentum, especially defensively and offensively. You'll be able to have some confidence in your team on both sides of the ball that they'll be able to get the job done.
And getting the job done is the California back line. Is Finnerty trying to make a move, tries to go around the side, closed off nicely by California's Caitlin Thomas. IUP, though, keeping that pressure along the top. No shots yet has been registered in this game. In fact, we are only a little under 3 minutes into this contest. Going down the right side is Clanton. Clanton tries to get something, goes out, and that will be a corner kick for IUP. So early chance for the Crimson Hawks to strike first. Their bus pulled in around 4:15 this afternoon, walked around the pitch a little bit, and came out for warm-ups. IUP only about a 90-minute drive from California. So stepping in with the corner, across the bow, head over the top, and that will be a crisis averted for California.
Yeah, always got to watch the corner kicks. I mean, percentages scored. Well, lowest, I mean, there's a lower scored percentage just in the game of soccer, but some teams do better in the corner game. Some teams don't. I'm not sure exactly where IUP stands, but that was a close one and not the easiest thing to do to score off of your head.
Restarts the action with a goal kick. Gets California on the far side. Romice trying to find Christiana Sims, but that will bounce harmlessly at the feet of McKenna Yarrow. Had a chance to talk to head coach Pete Curtis before the action today whenever he's up in the press box working on starting lineups. There's some pressure for California. Sims, we'll get back to that in a second. Sims gets it back out. Play onside. That's going to be Gilberto. Gilberto chasing it down. Waiting for some help. Gets it out. Strong kick. That's going to come off the top of the foot. And some connection in the box. It's loose. And there's going to be a whistle. And it's going to be IUP's ball. So California, a little pressure right there. But getting back to that point, talked to Coach Curtis a little bit before. Got his views on the Gannon game. Like I said, just a tough call to go against this squad. Which would have been, like I said, a huge upset against the top 10 team. Did say team's a little banged up, have a couple strikers that are not 100%, so we'll see how that war of attrition happens to take effect in this game and also later on in the season. As we're about a little over the third way mark here in the season as the calendar has turned over to October. First time we've had to do a soccer game in about 2 weeks due to their schedule and our covered schedule with football and volleyball. It's going to be a throw-in for IUP. Quickly will be L. Smith. Pretty good crowd here at Phillipsburg Soccer Facility. Yeah. Long throw-in taken by California. And that's one thing we saw last time we were able to do a game, Braxton, that California really has a lot of athletes and a lot of athletic prowess in the middle of that field.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They played extremely well last time that we've seen, was able to keep possession of the ball. And one of the biggest things, especially by your midfielders, is decision-making. You can put your team in an advantage and a disadvantage, all because of one play or mistake.
IUP swings it out wide to the left. Quickly crossing midfield. Pass up ahead. Taken by Scardina. Put into the corner. It's a foot race now. Looks like California's going to have two players that are going to be in position and kicked out for a throw-in in the corner. So another chance at pressure for California. There's a throw-in on the side. Kicked in. It's going to go about 80 feet off of the pitch. Kick now attempt, shot attempt, save by Ouimet, and save. Good save by Ouimet.
Met here will let the Vulcans take it downfield somewhat. One of the biggest things about any of these games, especially in the game of soccer, is decision-making. You can have all the athleticism in the world, but yet if your decision-making and your knowledge of the game isn't there, it's pretty much all for nothing. Another big marker of any good team is being able to keep possession of the ball, especially around the midfield area, because where so many games are won and lost. That's just a good ball there, but will be picked up by the Vulcans. Awfully close to a card there. I mean, she went for the ball, but no surprise, there was no card. I mean, especially probably just kind of cut out a little bit of slack. It's a free kick. But around, picked up by the Vulcans.
We see the back line of California working hard here in the early going. Good effort there by Caitlin Thomas, unable to keep it in touch. It'll be a quick throw in for IUP, but again, if you're California, you want to survive this early onslaught. IUP, like I said, coming into this game undefeated. I believe their record is 4-0-1, so there's going to be a mass of players down. California with the turnover, going to weave back and forth is Gilberto. Gives it away, and IUP trying to reset back at the center. 36 minutes left to go in the first half. Scoreless here from Phillipsburg. Beautiful evening.
I'd say for sure, especially with the couple rainy days we just had as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, have to cut my grass tomorrow, so got spoiled in that 3-month drought that we had. But
yeah,
all good things must come to pass, and that'll be tomorrow. But at least it's a beautiful night tonight. Grass will dry. Hopefully get a California win here and move on to the weekend. A full week of athletics here for California. The men's golf team was in action this week. I forget where they were at. I believe a UPJ tournament. There's a kick up ahead. Going to be chased down by Hannah Morton. She'll play it back to We Met. We Met will just get the pressure off of her back line. Sims now, who's a very fast player out there. Crossing by IUP, cut out by California. Some physical play. Now a foot race. Gets back to the feet of California. That's Gilberto trying to mark it down. Taken up by Elwood. Elwood gets it ahead of Wilkins. Wilkins now trying to go wide and trace it down. They may have a chance for a cross here. Get some pressure on the IUP goal. And the kick attempt, or the cross attempt off of a leg, and that'll be a throw in for California. So defense leading to offense there for the Vulcans.
Yeah, for sure. Just beautiful string of plays there to get down. And now the biggest thing test so far, we've seen the defensive side being able to hold their own. We'll see how the Vulcans respond offensively, as, in my opinion, the help for the cross just a little bit late to get there.
There's the corner. Punched away. Going to be tracked down, though, by California, still having a chance. That's Orful. Orful trying to cross, gets across, and it'll be taken right into the breadbasket of Yarrow. So good pressure there by the Vulcans, getting two decent chances off of the corner.
Yeah, one of the biggest things. There's not always a need for a cross. In certain situations, you can take your time, try to play it across the middle. At least give your team a little bit more field to play with, if that makes sense.
And cut out. Pass to the middle, and it's going to be cleared. Now IUP will get a throw-in, I believe, on the side. There's some contact, and it will be a throw-in. Was I marking down highlights? As I forgot, I have to cut highlights later. So that'll be the first highlight. Now throw-in, short throw-in, cut out, taken by IUP. Fighting for it is Clanton. Clanton being collapsed down on by two Vulcans. Contact near the near side. Gilberto takes it off of a few legs and gotten back by IUP. Suffocating defense on the near side of the field here for the Vulcans as IUP just resets to their back line. They're going to try and swing it around. As there's Sims, cuts it out, and Sims has a chance. One on everybody, tries to cut it in. A good job of IUP getting back. There's some contact. Sims regains possession, gets it out. Shot attempt is going to go wide, but great effort by Christiana Sims. Romice eventually getting the shot, but it'll be a goal kick for California. And Braxton, that almost was one of those change possession moments that you like to see.
Yeah, just Sims all over the field, midfielder, but just seems to do a bit of it all. I mean, that's what you expect from a midfielder. Created offense, but just wish something would have came from it. But it's always nice to have a player like Sims on your team, kind of like the starter.
And a big giveaway for IUP. Now California keeping the pressure on. Shot towards the middle is going to be collected by Yarrow. So last couple minutes here, the Vulcans are getting the best, or the better of the Crimson Hawks. Clanton gets out to Mannion. Mannion has it taken away by Sims. Loose ball cut down. In California right now, this is kind of what we talked about earlier, Braxton. The midfield for California just really kind of imposing their will and keeping IUP off balance. There's a tackle attempt, players go down, but California will maintain possession, or regain possession, rather. Give and go. Now an attempt for Sims. Sims trying to track it down. We've seen Sims here in the program for a few years, a lot of speed when she's out on the pitch for Coach Curtis, and there's going to be a throw-in for IUP. IUP quickly looking to go, drops the throw-in, and they'll have to reset. That's Finnerty. Gets it down to Smith. Smith, contact, and it's going to roll over, and it's going to be, I believe they're going to rule a corner kick for IUP as it goes off the foot of Hannah Morton. So this will be the second corner that California has to defend here in the first 14 minutes of action. And actually, it's not going to be a corner. They're just going to say there was a foul, and taking the kick will be Clanton. Actually, that might be a worse position for her than a corner. It's a lot closer. Cross off the head, and it's going to go out, and California survives a set piece there. Actually, it's not going to be a corner. They're just going to say there was a foul. And I'm trying to check the feed, so you're definitely not hallucinating. There's only one of me talking as we met the veteran goalkeeper for California. We'll reset. And we talked the last time we were here, Braxton, how nice it is for California to have that veteran presence on the backside.
Oh, yeah. Especially when every other part of your defense breaks down. Generally, you want your last line of defense to be one of the best there is.
An IUP now resetting. Biltz. Looking near side. Sims gets back, but it's going to go right back to the feet of Finnerty. Cuts around, tries to get around a player. Good defense there by Thomas. Thomas just gets it out. Well, that's a nice battle down there between Thomas and Finnerty. Two players just trying to get around the corner. Neither one's giving an inch. Crossing taken by IUP. Side of the penalty area. Shot attempt, and it's going to go wide. Whew. From our angle, that looked to be a dangerous area, but shot just a little high.
Yeah. Any shot from, seems like scoring just isn't easy. You could say that for a lot of sports, but especially just outside the box, the direction she was going, that's not an easy shot by any metric.
We met getting it back out to midfield, closed on by Sims. And going to be knocked out of play, and it'll be a throw-in for California. Ball goes out right at the feet of Coach Pete Curtis. Again, Coach Curtis in his 7th season. Where does the time go? Trying a long-range pass there, cut out by the Crimson Hawks, and back come the Hawks. Gives it up near side. A little deke right there. Clanton off her left foot, gets to the middle. Nice give and go. Mannion. One-on-one. Out to Scardina. Kind of overplays that pass and will be collected by California and cleared. It looks like California going with more players back. Maybe just one striker between Gilberto and Sims. And God bless you, Braxton, as he is looking for a Kleenex in vain. So if you have one and you're listening, you're near, could you bring some Kleenex in up to the box? It's that time of year where we're outside and sniffles start happening. Give and go. IUP trying to keep the pressure on. Seems like the last couple minutes the pitch has been tilted to the right, and just as I say that, California gets rid of it. Is this pass onside? And it is not. Gilberto trying to just sneak along that onside line, unable to do so, and it'll be a kick for the Crimson Hawks.
Yeah,
I believe. Maybe they called something else because everyone's moving up. I'm not exactly sure, Braxton, what they're calling. Is California will have it. I thought that it was a clear-cut case of a offsides.
So it was, and apparently the main referee here, he called a foul before anything else happened. So what probably he most likely did was just played advantage until something happened. So Vulcans get a free kick.
Free kick down, trying to find something along the right. It's off of a head, and I believe that'll go off the head of a Crimson Hawk, and it'll be a throw-in for the Vulcans. Wilkins now on the far side. This is a good area for California. Maybe throw something into the box, and it's a short throw-in. Working on it. Another throw-in along the far side.
Right now the Vulcans just playing it down the wings and down the sides of the box. They're always looking for a cross. It's always good to mix it up a bit as well. Try to throw it around, keep the defense on their heels, give you more of a chance. Now, when you're able to play down the center of the field, you have more options, especially when you don't have as many defenders.
California, their defenders forcing a pass out of play. So throw in, taken out by IUP. And IUP resetting. Closed on now is Kaylee Elmwood for the Vulcans, trying to push that line up for California, put some pressure on the on the Crimson Hawk. Clanton now looking for something, goes deep, has a chance, and that's going to be Finnerty. Finnerty trying to track it down, centering pass, and goal. IUP with a big goal, and that is going to I believe, Hannah Scardina with the goal at 25-36, and that makes it 1-0 Crimson Hawks.
Yeah, to be honest, after you get to a certain point, there's not much a goalie can do. Just a beautiful through ball, just in the right place at the right time, and that's what makes it so hard as a defender. You have the option of either coming up and try to draw them off sides, or do you just get back and have to cover the attacker there, but just a beautiful cross after that through ball, and after you just get so deep, there's not much you can do to get out of it. Just a beautiful goal to finish it off.
Yeah, there was really nothing. I mean, that was pretty good defense by California. IUP just going over the top, and then simple as a give and go. So IUP will get the first goal of the game. 25 minutes left to go in the first half, so see if California can fight back. You'd love to see them get the equalizer before halftime. As they reset. Coming down the near side will be California.
Hannah Scardina, assist, number 21, Kristen Finnerty, and number 16, Avery Clanton.
And the goal was by Scardina, and it was Finnerty and Clanton with the assists. And there's going to be a corner kick now for California. So California has a chance now maybe to get the equalizer right here is going to the near side. Trying to see the number is an awful angle here to try and see that near corner. But California will be setting up for the corner. Second corner of the afternoon for the Vulcans, I believe. There's the crossing pass off the heads. Off now, it's on the foot. Shot attempt. And just over the right side of the net. So unable to capitalize.
Yeah. But shots like that, especially coming in off that cross, it's so hard because it's just hard to put the ball where you want it, pretty much. You could put any hard kick on the ball at all, but if it's not in the right place, it just doesn't matter. And you almost could be same vice versa. If it's in the right place but just terribly slow, those defenders all over. That's to be expected. IUP again trying to look for the through ball.
It'll be a goal kick for Emily Ouimet. And unfortunately, that goal Ouimet there was really nothing she could do. She was in good position, but it was just a perfect bang-bang play for the Crimson Hawks to get that lead. And if you're IUP, you would love to get that second goal. There's going to be the flag going up, and it'll be offsides. As Addie Myers was trying to sneak along the far side, the near official or the near linesman said no. Flag goes up, and now Ouimet will come out and try and advance a lot of real estate off of her powerful right leg.
Yeah, that offsides can be used as a mind game. The defense can time it right. They can draw, especially catch the attackers off off balance, you could draw them off sides almost all day. And if you do it well enough, you can get them to kind of sit back and be less aggressive. But it's always good to try to get into the mind of the attackers.
An IEP back on the attack. Finnerty, who had the assist, one of the assists on the goal. Through ball taken by California. Kind of misplayed. Now there's some pressure. It's going to be a one-on-one, and that's a nice save by Ouimet coming out and just stopping the advance. Not so much a save, but a stop. But good job there by the veteran keeper not to leave any stone unturned there.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want out of your keeper in such a situation. Aggressiveness can change a lot of things in a game such as this. You get a keeper that just decides to sit back too much. It just makes it that much easier for a good attacker to score over top. You take away that chance altogether, and someone who's quick and will take that chance to leave the box. That's exactly what you want out of a keeper.
Well, give credit to the IEP player that time, too. It looks like California had it cut out nicely, but just relentless pressure and came up with a pseudo chance over there. So now California back on their heels a little bit, trying to reset. Down 1-0 here in the final 20 minutes of the first half. Near side to Thomas. Thomas getting out to Orful. Orful has it off her foot and out of play. And back quickly come the Crimson Hawks. Finnerty throws it into the near corner. Is going to be taken by Morton. Morton tries to play it. Goes off of a couple players. Right to the feet of a Vulcan defender. Pass over. Taken and collected by Clanton. Clanton now has displaced, and number 13 coming into the game for the Vulcans, Alicia Green, kind of throws her hands up as she went down in a heap, but nothing called, and IEP will play on. Possession on the far side, which is the hardest side on earth to see when you're at Phillipsburg. Pass. Oh, nice play. Nice play by California's defense. That was Green. Just setting down, almost daring her to go around, and takes the ball now. California being pressured, trying to get it out. Gets out to Gilberto. She's dispossessed and back to Finnerty. Now IEP reverses position. Definitely looks like they're trying to get a through ball there. Pass up ahead is going to be collected as Ouimet comes off of her line, and threat denied by the Vulcans.
Yeah, and pretty much at this point, already allowing one score from the Vulcans. It's probably bad. I wouldn't be surprised if Ouimet just starts playing these through balls a little bit more aggressive for the rest of this game.
And IP definitely moving their line up a little bit. Like I said, this final 20 minutes, just under 20 minutes, very important. If you're California, you'd love to get that equalizing goal, but if you're IEP, you got to think that a second goal here, they can maybe sit back in the second half and defend, because as you said, it is, in general, tough to score. It's big connection. As a matter of fact, coming into this game, look at the stats a little bit as I reach over Braxton. Coming into this game, IEP has scored 9 goals, 10 counting today, and given up 2. California coming into this game has scored 10 and given up 6. So and there's a play now for IEP. Whistle away from the ball, and it will benefit California. Did not see what the call is. I believe maybe offsides.
Yep. It got to happen again. At this point, that you can tell IEP coming off that goal is feeling a little bit more confident, a little bit more aggressive. So I'm just not sure if it's the effort of the team of the Vulcans is to draw them off sides, or just the Crimson Hawks just not quite paying attention.
Ouimet restarts for California. California plays along their back line, trying to reset and set up some attack. Green now. Gets it to the near side to Thomas. Thomas back out. Plays it through the ref. A little bit of miscommunication. The ref was kind of in a bad spot. And IEP gets the turnover, but surrounded by Vulcans as they go along the far side trying to find some real estate. Pass to the far side, displaced, taken out by IUP. And they play it to their back. So they look to swing it around to the near side. Ultimately, it'll probably come to Clanton here. And it will, near side, just crossing midfield. Clanton getting a lot of touches on the near side. Seems like IEP has found something on this side of the field that works. Clanton now, give and go. Gets it back out. Paige Falsey gives it back to Biltz. Biltz tries to find something. Giving it back to midfield now. Green for California finds it. Pushes ahead. Gilberto falls down. Nothing called. And high into the night sky. Off of a shoulder. And taken in by Mannion. Back out to Biltz. And IUP resetting along the back. Very deliberate attack now for the Crimson Hawks as we're at 17 minutes left to go in the first half. Taken back by Falsey. Falsey far side. 2 black jerseys there. Nice give and go, and there's a lot of real estate, but it's going to roll out as we have a couple subs now for California. 3, in fact. And Braxton, we don't have your binoculars today because you didn't know you were announcing, but we'll try and get these substitutions as they come in, as they came in on the far side. Looks like one of the subs for California will be number 10, Adriana Marina from Baldwin, a senior. And we'll try and get those other players as we call them. Pass ahead, off the head. It's going to be taken by Ouimet. Collects it and will reset. Hands it right back to Romis. Ooh, nice move there by DeGlopper. California off the heads. Some high bounces there. Off the foot of Zackerson. She came in wearing a heavy knee brace. Pass ahead, looking for Green at the foot. Gets it to her. Pass ahead. California has a chance. It just skipped away from Zackerson, and that will be a kick for IUP. And I believe they might have called offsides at the very end. But Braxton, that was within about 12 inches of being a possible shot on goal for California.
Yeah, the amount of precision sometimes needed to get a ball through is just ridiculous. It would have been a great play. Were they able to stay on sides and get it where it needed to be? But sometimes it's just your margin of error is so low, especially in plays like that.
Ball goes out of play. We taken by Green. Alicia Green, the sophomore from Phoenix, Arizona. Willing to bet she's not a commuter. It's an easy one to figure out. She takes it on the near side. It's going to go off of a leg. It'll be California ball. And Green has a little smile on her face. Probably went off of her leg, but California will take the benefit of the doubt, and Thomas will throw it in. Green now. 1-on-2 to Zackerson. Zackerson back to Green. Trying to go over the top. Cut out nicely by the back line of IUP, but California's going to have another chance here as DeGlopper fights for it. Gives it back to Thomas. Thomas going back to Bickart. And all the way over to Romis. And it's going to be collected very easily by McKenna Yara. 14:10 roughly left to go in the first half. Again, a beautiful fall night as the lights come on here at Phillipsburg Soccer Facility. Calendar, as we mentioned, turning over to October. Fast-moving semester. Homecoming coming up in a few weeks.
Yep.
And a centering attempt's going to be cut out nicely on the backside by California. Played around and cleared by Thomas. Thomas will clear it almost to the IUP bench, and it goes in one of the side training nets, and it'll be a throw-in for the Crimson Hawk, Lauren Gunsett. As they play it near side. That goes to Clanton. Clanton being played, and Green doing a good job of playing defense. Trying to reset now. Goes to the far side to Marina. There's a whistle, and believe that will be a foul against the Crimson Hawks.
Might have been. I think it was a ball out of bounds.
I believe right as it is a throw-in. Again, that far side, when everything gets blended in with the bench players, the coaches. It's
Yeah.
tough to see. Nice pass up ahead. Zackerson trying to flag it down, but a nice little half bicycle kick by Green for a pass. California throw-in. And last couple minutes, California's been getting a lot more pressure on the Crimson Hawks. Have not really resulted in a solid shot attempt, but they've been putting pressure on it. And again, it only takes one little crack in the foundation for the whole house of the IUP defense to crumble.
Yeah. One thing along with that pressure, you just hope that they're able to keep possession. That's one of the biggest things. Generally, teams that are able to keep possession of the ball generally just seem to do better. When you have possession of the ball, you're basically making them play to your tempo. You're making them tired. You don't necessarily have to run if you keep the passes up, but if you want the defense to stop, they have to come up to you. They're running around. So a good hallmark of a team is how well they're able to keep possession and how much they're able to put the defense on their heels.
Nell Smith trying to put the defense on the heels and just quickly kick back out for a throw-in. Good job of clearing it and not getting it over the goal line for a corner. Corner kick's way much more dangerous than a throw-in, and California defends that. It'll be a throw-in going the Vulcan direction. 11:21. Looks like there's some substitutions getting ready to sub in for IUP, and they're going to get the time now. And a whole host of Crimson Hawks. Looks like 4 players are going to come in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at me, Braxton. We still need the binoculars to see the numbers right now, but we'll try and get them as they come in. Looks for sure like one of them is number 7, Isla Ward. She went near the throw-in, but it will be taken by Finnerty. Finnerty trying to find Ward. It's going to be off of a foot and out of play. California goal kick. So we'll track it down and get a chance to reset for the Vulcans. Coming up on 10 minutes left to go in the first half. Romice now for the Vulcans, wearing, as I mentioned before, the captain's armband today. Out of the back line. Romice, the senior from Germany. Zackerson trying to flag it down, but it's taken by Avery Clanton. Now California dispossessions, looking up ahead and nothing doing. We're at the 10-minute mark. Built's now for the Crimson Hawks, working on the backside, trying to reset. And it seems, Braxton, since we mentioned it earlier, it seems like both teams are kind of abandoning trying to advance anything through the middle, but definitely working along the sidelines.
Yeah, pretty much. And not always necessarily a bad thing, but it's always good to maintain a certain balance. I mean, but if it works and continue to go back to it. But it's one of the good things about having that choice. You're able to change up something if it's not working or just to throw off the defense a bit.
Well, that time California's defense was not thrown off. Is a nice play by Orfall. Orfall gives it up, though. Kick ahead, and there's going to be a foot race to the corner. Gets it back to We Met. Clears it, and it's going to be still in play. Nice job by California. And Green now trying to track it down. Taken back by the Crimson Hawks, but California still trying to chip around. Some back and forth play right in front of us. Pass down the near side. 2 players going after it, and it's going to be cut out and played. Still in play, was going to be played out for a throw-in by Kaylin Thomas. Thomas, the 5'6" sophomore from McGuffey, listed as West Alexander, PA. Braxton, do you know the nickname of the McGuffey High School athletic program?
Man. No, I do not.
The McGuffey Highlanders.
Highlanders, okay.
Former CUTV member Will Moore, proud McGuffey Highlander, would be very disappointed at you right now. In fact, if he's watching, he may drive in and have a few words with you before the second half.
Can't really say. I'm trying to think. I always knew McGuffey in high school, but I can't say we ever really come across him. Maybe in, like, tournaments and whatnot, but I can't say. I don't ever remember playing them personally.
California now. Green off the defense, under 10 minutes left, trying to find something up ahead. Cut out nicely. IUP just sending 4 or 5 players back anytime California looks for that through ball to try and break through. Far side now. Nice give and go, but it's going to be too far. And there'll be a throw in for the Vulcans. So 7:33 left to go in the first half. California trailing 1-0. The goal was scored at approximately the 25:36 mark. It was by Hannah Scardina, assisted by Avery Clanton and Kristen Finner in a nice over-the-top pass and a give and go. California looking to make something happen on the far side, cut out and off the heads, and it'll be a throw in for IUP. So IUP after the goal gave up a little bit of pressure for California, but now it seems like the last couple minutes IUP is just a heavy collision. Zackerson goes down, taken out by IUP, but it seems like IUP has started to impose their will a little bit as there's a pass up ahead, cut out, taken now by IUP. They have numbers if they hurry. Swung back around. Biltz now looks to the middle. Give to the near side to Clanton. Clanton 1-on-2. Moves to the corner, tries to cut in. Gets into the penalty area. Centering pass, nothing doing. Taken by Green. Green gets it out, and California will reset with Zackerson trying to get it out. Now California coming up in full flight. Pass up ahead. Zackerson trying to race it down. It's 1-on-1. Can she get there? And it's going to be cleared and given at the feet of McKenna Yarrow. Yarrow somehow keeps that pass in, and IUP will give it right back on the far side. Zackerson playing give and go. Long shot attempt. Goes over everything. But a very hopeful effort from about 45 yards out, as now we have a substitution coming in for California. I believe that is number 14, Kinley Abercrombie, the junior from Georgia, Lumpkin County High School. And that definitely is number 14. Thankfully, she came into the game right in front of us. Makes it easy to call the names when they come right in. So IUP now gets it back. Zackerson trying to run, but she's spent. They're trying to go up and down with her and kind of ran out of motion there. Now IUP has possession, trying to center it up. Taken back by Romice. And now California just trying to play it out. Trying to play out the last 5 minutes here. Up ahead to Zackerson. Zackerson now has a chance to get there, and it's going to be cut out. Nice play on the backside by IUP, given right back out to McKenna Yarrow. McKenna Yarrow, the senior goalie from Brandon, Mississippi. Transfer from Jones College. And she gets it into the far side. I was looking down there, Braxton, see a lot of different state names. Now, there's a majority of PA on both sides, but it seems like we're calling everybody from not around here. So.
Yeah.
Pass near side to Ward. Ward gets it back to the middle. Cut out nicely on the back for California. That's number 20, Ella Kazetka, excuse me. As I had to look down on my pronunciation guide. Pass to the middle. On the feet. Fought for now. Some contact. Nothing called. And it's cleared by California. As Ward had a chance, if she turned the other way, maybe to get a quality shot on Emily Ouimet. Floats it over. Ward stays on side. Good battle there between Ward and Abercrombie. Back to Myers. Myers directing traffic, getting it to the near side to Caruso. Caruso has it off of the foot of Kaylin Thompson. It'll be a throw in for the Crimson Hawks as we come up to just under 3.5 minutes here in the first half. Throw in for Clanton. Clanton to Ward, back to Clanton. Trying to get one on, and a save by Ouimet. You know, Braxton, we've had a couple of these longer shots that have been on goal, but, I mean, you know the old adage, if you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So sometimes it might seem that those aren't smart shots, but if it's on goal,
Yeah.
could go in.
Yeah, sometimes these games can be long and grueling without a good look, and sometimes, to be honest, you just have to take what you can get. And sometimes these shots are just warranted. It's where if you know your players have the power to get it there, it's a better shot than you might get for the rest of the game. You might as well just go for it.
And it's not going to show up on a score sheet, but give a star to the IUP bench player that made a diving save to keep that ball from going all the way to the fence. So, and now California. That was Kazetka looking. Ball on the feet at the top of the penalty area. Cleaned out by Ward. Ward now with 2 minutes left to go. Nice play by California to cut it down. Kalen Thomas. When there's almost a turnover, almost a chance for Marina for the Vulcans. Now IUP will reset with just under 2 minutes left to go in the first half. And it's going to be out of play, taken by the Vulcans in front of their bench area. Temperature starting to go down just a little bit with the sun going down. The lights coming on here at Phillipsburg Soccer Facility. This can be taken by Yarrow with nobody within 40 yards of her. She waits for her defensive player to come back. Far side. See if IUP tries to set something up for the last, but they give it out. Now California played back to Ouimet. Ouimet under pressure of Ward gets it out. Taken back by IUP, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Vulcans with 1 minute left to go. So, again, Braxton, if you're California, you do not, under any circumstances, want to give IUP a chance to extend this lead.
Yep.
I think you'd be happy to just go in down 1-0 and, try and talk about it at halftime, but you don't want to give up a lazy pass or a lazy shot here.
Yeah, and so many times have teams scored off of a counterattack just when everyone is caught off guard, so that's probably the biggest things to look out for.
And now IUP off of an interception will try and attack. Centering pass, cut out. Going to be taken by IUP with about 30 seconds. Working on. Nice back flick there. Pass down the middle. Cut out nicely by the California defense. Didn't see the number of the player, but that was a nice play. And that's going to be directed back towards the penalty area. Fought for, taken by Ward. Ward now being marked heavily. Gets it out of the penalty area with 10 seconds left to go. IUP still might get a chance here. Ward working. Top of the penalty area. Kicked away. IUP collects it with 2-1. Gets a shot, and it will be redirected, but after the buzzer. So entertaining last 30 seconds of that first half, but California will go into the locker room down 1-0. Braxton, quickly, if you're California, what are the things you want to talk about going into the second half?
Possession. That's probably the biggest thing right now. And as we've seen so far, it seems they're either on their half of the back on their own half of the field, or just IUP has it in there in the final third. And that's probably one of the biggest things. And if you're that far back, you're pretty much scrambling around on defense, trying to keep it outside of the box. But the biggest thing that where games are won and lost are in the midfield, probably the biggest thing, just keep possession. You don't need a quick goal. You don't need a quick pass to try to get it in behind the defense. Work the ball around, see what you can get of it. If you don't, you probably tire the team out just a little bit more, and you give your team a little bit of time to breathe and just gather themselves mentally.
And we'll go to the halftime break right now. IUP on the strength of a goal at the 25-minute mark from Hannah Scardina leads 1-0. We'll be back for the second half of action here. You're watching Vulcan Women's Soccer on CTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Digital Network. And welcome back to Phillipsburg Soccer Complex facility. There's been some discussion whether it's a complex or a facility earlier, but we're ready for the second half of action here. California trailing 1-0. Gary Smith alongside Braxton Turner. And Braxton, before the timeout, before the commercial, before the halftime, you talked a little bit about what California needed to do. So put on your IUP Crimson Hawk gear, and you're ahead 1-0. What do you need to do to get this win back on the bus and heading back towards Indiana?
Well, to be honest, I feel in the second half, there's still a lot of game ahead of them. But if they keep doing what they're doing, they shouldn't have too much of an issue. Right now, I don't have the stats on possession time, but Crimson Hawks doing a good job of just keeping it out of the box and everything while they keep it midfield.
And again, coming into this game, IUP's overall record was 4-0-1 in conference, 3-0-1. California 3-3-2 overall, 2-2-1, and again fought nationally ranked Gannon to a draw on Saturday. Almost a lot of people here. California got a goal. Believe it was onside. It was rolled offside. Still got the point. When I was talking to Coach Curtis before the game when he was up here, asked him how IUP looked, and he said they're as tough as Gannon, and really they definitely showed it here. Got the first goal and only goal of the game at about the 25-36 mark. That was scored by Hannah Scardina, assisted by Addie Myers and Kristen Finnery for Scardina. I'm going to see what number goal that is for her. That is her third goal of the year. So California will start the action going left to right in their home white with the red numerals and slight black trim. IUP in their road black with white numerals. In goal for California once again is Emily Ouimet. Then the goalkeeper for IUP is McKenna Yarrows. We see some members of the Vulcan men's soccer team. They played earlier this afternoon in Greensburg, PA against the Seton Hill Griffins. Suffered a 1-0 hard-fought loss to the Griffins. And there's an offside flag on the far right as the lights taking full effect here. Beautiful evening. As we mentioned, and everyone knows it's October. Braxton slowly every day this month is putting on a different part of his Halloween outfit until he gets to day 31. So that's another reason to come to a game to see what Braxton will be adding to his outfit. So IUP now far side. Give and go. California now trying to race, cut out, and kicked away. It'll be a throw-in. So California really trying to get that long lead pass, and that was an attempt to number 8, Maya Hackinson, the forward from Sweden. From Halmstad, Sweden, and under high school, there are 14 letters, and I'm going to try and pronounce it. Sarnag Jimkest. We won't say that again, but several international players for this Vulcan squad, a couple Swedish players, so Coach Curtis recruiting internationally. Cleared away Crimson Hawks, taken by California. And that's Ward far side. Ward came on as a sub. Sims overruns it. Give and go, taken back by IUP. Believe that might have struck the official, not sure. Far side. And a lot of speed right now to the game, and I think a lot of that's due to fresh legs after halftime. Displaced there by Kazetka. Taken back by Sims. Sims reverses field. Gets it back to Kazetka. Pass ahead, and that is going to be offsides.
Yep.
And Braxton, you're an official for various sports in the area, and you know, the linesman made the lines person on the near side made the call on the far side. How hard is that if you're making a call as an official across the field and be confident about it?
Yeah, that's probably the biggest thing you learn as an official is confidence, especially from across the field. You just don't want to be unsure. The reason why they tell you to be sure whatever your call is so players or fans don't say any more than what they already do. It's a pretty hard call. It's even harder if you're on the field versus in the stands for whatever reason that could be.
And then save made on a loose ball by Yarrow, kicked out of play. California with the throw-in, looking to get something happen. Pass in, displaced. Taken back by the Vulcans. That's Elwood. Elwood trying to get something. He's going to be kicked away. Romice trying to get it down into the Sims. Sims waits on the bounce. Bad hop. Sims unable to one time, and that's one of the hazards of playing on turf. A lot of bounce on that. If she was able to time it up, I think it was an empty net for California. But regardless now, Kazika fighting hard on the far side for the Vulcans. California trying to get the equalizer here in the early moments of the second half. Just under 4 minutes gone by here in half number 2. Heavy slide tackle, nothing called on the far side. Not many fouls in this game.
Not many at all. The referee just letting them play here. I'd say good on him, as, to be honest, in my opinion as well, nothing really, not too much foul worthy.
And then plays by IUP. IUP to the top of the box. Kicked away by California. I believe that was Romice getting a foot on it, getting out of the area. Another centering pass. High into the night sky. Headed down. That's taken by, I believe that was Thomas. Thomas given back to IUP. IUP near side. That's Sol, Roviera Sol. Second half player for IUP. It'll be a throw in for the Crimson Hawks. Doing the honors will be Lauren Gunsett, defensive player from New Franklin, Ohio, Manchester High School. Given back to Gunsett. IUP settling it down, trying to look for the centering. Centered right there off the foot. Going to be taken by Ouimet. Great job of Ouimet just settling things down on the back end.
Yeah, one of the more dangerous crosses we've seen all day today. Good job of that to just stay down on it. And the Vulcans defenders are trying to break that up a bit.
Now Sims going up, has it headed away from her, but collected in the back nicely by Orful. Orful ahead, California foot race. Can she get there? And it's taken away right off of the feet. McKenna Yarrow getting out there. Foot race with Hackinson. As California was oh so close to getting the equalizer.
Oh, would have been a beauty had they been able to score it.
Hackinson really being a breath of fresh air for California, coming into the game as a substitute. Ball collected at the top of the penalty area for IUP. Kicked in, taken. Looking for something, nothing happening. It's going to be kicked out. It looked like Scardina had a little give and go in her head, but no one else was reading her mind, and goes out of play, thrown in. California working for it. It's going to be another throw in on the far side for the Crimson Hawks. Pretty good crowd here tonight in Phillipsburg. There's a throw in taken by California, and I believe it was just misplayed. No, it was just protected. I thought for a second California misplayed over their own goal line, but instead it goes out off of the throw in untouched for a goal kick. Back quickly. Gets it out to Sims. Sims giving it right back to Bickard. Bickard back to Ouimet. Ouimet sends it up in the air off the heads. Taken by the Crimson Hawks. Nice little shimmy shake there by Cernick. I believe that was Cernick 33. Turning the corner now, Crimson Hawks. To the penalty area, shot on goal. Saved by Ouimet. Misplayed. Is on the ground. And it will be gobbled up by Ouimet. So Ouimet made the initial save, had it lost, and got it back. But talk about the effort there by Emily Ouimet.
Yeah, just a great effort there by Ouimet. Able to save it that first time, and being able to corral the ball is such an important thing for any goalkeeper. And then when it doesn't happen, it kind of leaves the goal vulnerable. So that's when your defenders, extra defenders, come in and kind of clear the ball as they did there, and just Ouimet able to recover and just close it up.
Another save by Ouimet. And I think on that last play where she kind of let the ball go by, or not go by, but I think it hit her in the breadbasket, but I think the ball had a little bit of a knuckle action to it and was just unable to corral it. But a good job by her to stay calm, and a good job by her back line to help her out. And Another save there, kicked out of play. Now IUP will get a throw in as the ball unfortunately goes into the ball bag for the Crimson Hawks. They have to fish that out. Once again, IUP coached in her 3rd season by Noreen Hurley. In California in his 7th season, Pete Curtis. Coach Curtis coming to California by way of W&J, and Hurley for IUP, longtime member of the Slippery Rock soccer family. So IUP once again just slowly working it down the far side. Throw into the box. Fought on by Scardina. Scardina gets it out. Shot in the air, off the head, right on goal, and it's going to be collected nicely by Emily Ouimet. Ouimet resetting now for the Vulcans. Overrun it, taken by Hackinson. Hackinson to the far side. Looking for Hackinson. It's going to just go too far, and it'll be a throw-in for IUP. Against Maya Hackinson, sophomore from Sweden. A lot of speed out there. Now, California, a couple players run into each other. As there's a race, Ward versus Ouimet. Ouimet will get to it, clearing it back out. Kind of skipped off the turf there, and it'll be thrown for IUP. A little bit unlucky for California there, Braxton.
Yeah, and that's just one of the little things that you hate to have happen. I mean, it may not mean much in the moment, but it can mean a lot down the line.
Far side, fought for, right in front of the IUP bench. Given away. Player down, but play on is going to be kicked out. Looks like it was number 16 for IUP, Avery Clanton, who spun to the ground a little awkwardly, but she's up and does not seem to be in any distress, so the play will continue. IUP reversing course, near side. Give back to Gunsit. Gunsit trying to find something. Kicked off of Rome Ice, right off of her feet. Out of play, and believe it'll be a throw, and that's the corner that is tough to see here, but it looks like the ball boy from sports management will be holding it for a throw-in and not a corner. California fans, if you come to a future athletic event, you might see our own Braxton Turner, who is in that class, throwing balls back in. Don't know if, and that will be actually a corner kick. I'm sorry. So we'll be throwing down. So a little bit of bother here for the Vulcans as we'll have to defend a corner kick here with 33 minutes. Shot to the middle, save, punched out, ball still on the ground, kicked back, headed away, still on the heads and cleared. Nice job by the California defense to clear that trouble. Back to the far side. Scardina tracks it down. Tries to get around, ball still on the ground, fought for, cut out nicely by the Vulcans. IUP still with pressure. California now far side, fighting for it. Good back pressure by the Crimson Hawks, not allowing California to clear the area cleanly. Give and go. Just out of the reach. Just too far for Cora Wilkins as she was trying to receive the pass from Kazitka. Throw back in off of Rome Ice. Rome Ice trying to find a streaking Vulcan, nothing doing. Taken back, nice job closing it down and knocked off the feet of Gilberto. Gilberto almost had a chance at a head pass, but cut out by IUP. Now IUP trying the far side. Taken by the Vulcans. Back out to Hackinson. Hackinson over the top, and there's a race down the far side. California has a chance. Here we go now for the Vulcans. Settling, trying to find something. Back pressure by the Crimson Hawks, and it's going to go out of play, but good hustle there by the Vulcans, Braxton.
Yeah, definitely. Great way to push it up. And the thing of what you can't really afford to do is have little miscommunications like they've had a couple times down the field, especially when you get so close to the goal. It was especially hard on the mental as you go down the line.
I'm going to change my all my passwords to hard on the mental. and I'm going to give you credit for it.
All right.
As Sims now cutting it out for the Vulcans. Gilberto trying to find it, nothing doing. They try and get it back to her. 1-on-3, she hits the ground. Sims now coming up. As I'm checking the feed, and Hard on the Mental came right up, so Braxton will be going viral here. Hackinson now collecting it far side. Trying to find Sims. Sims lets it go by and collected by the back line of the Crimson Hawks. 31 minutes left to go in this contest. If you're just joining us, IUP scored around the 25-36 mark. A goal by Hannah Scardina. 2 assists on the goal, 1 each to Avery Clanton and Kristen Finnerty. It'll be a throw in far side. Coach Curtis has the ball, hands it off to one of his charges. Throwing it in off the feet. Taken back nicely. And they're going to play it back to Ouimet to reset. Ouimet, far side. Kicked on by the Vulcans. Taken by Sims. Sims now waiting for it to settle. Gets it ahead, tries to get it again, and just didn't settle enough for Sims to get a clean pass to Hackinson. And that's about the second or third time we've seen just a little bit of a high bounce impact the California offense. And Braxton, as a former multi-sport player, did you prefer playing on turf or natural grass?
You know, it's been like a hot minute since I really remember an actual grass field. Turf, you kind of get used to. Only the bad thing is just all the turf in the shoe after the game. But to be honest with how I reacted last time I was on the grass field, part of me just prefers the turf. If done right, turf is, in my opinion, a nicer field to play on.
Right at midfield, taken by IUP. IUP looking. Now there's a probing pass going to be collected by Ouimet on the back. Ouimet will just pick it up and will go back to her defense. Near side. And displaced, and here comes IUP has a chance. Centering pass taken out on the backside by Romice. California player down on the near side. See if she gets up or if it's going to be played out. She gets up. And IUP now, as the ball is going to be cleared and it's going to be a throw-in. Looked like that was number 2, Caitlin Bickard, who kind of went down a little gingerly as see if she's one of the several players that will sub out. As Braxton, there are 6 players coming into the game, and your job is to name them all. And Braxton is putting the head down and leaving, but 3 subs each for California. Checking in, it looks like for the Vulcans for sure is Alicia Green. And I did not see because all 6 players went different ways, but I know Green went right towards us, and I believe Kaylee Elwood was also another player coming in for the Vulcans with 28 minutes, so some fresh legs out there for Coach Curtis's team. Near side, taken by the Vulcans. Player falls down. Ball's free, taken by IUP. Trying to work, near side. Gets around a player. Cutting back to the middle. Shot, back heel. Great job of defense for California. Little back heel attempt to clear that, but taken by Ouimet, was not bothered by the change of direction. Once again, California down 1, still has under a half hour to try and tie this up and take a lead. Pass ahead to the near corner. Foot race, no, who will get to it? Hackinson looking, and it's going to be out of play. Good job by Emma Hayes to cut off the angle. Hackinson was bearing down full stride, and Hayes just able to cut it off. Throw in now for the Crimson Hawks. Displaced, taken by Green. Green, though, gives it back up off the heads, but it's going to be taken by California's Bickart. Bickart trying to find something near midfield, taken back by IUP. IUP. Caruso gives it up. Up ahead for the Vulcans. Here's a chance on the feet. Shot attempt, and it just goes wide. California, that's probably their best chance, Braxton, of the afternoon.
Oh, that has to be heartbreaking. You hate what's happened in the game of soccer. Everything so close yet so far from actually scoring, but you try all game to get something a look like that. Not really sure if you'll get another one for the rest of this match here.
And that was Katie Byrne from Front Royal, Virginia. Corner kick now for California. On the heads, headed out. California's getting another chance here. Headed in towards the keeper's area. On the ground, there's a little bit of collision. But Yarrow collects it. But I tell you what, Katie Byrne was very close. 5'7" junior again from Front Royal, Virginia, Farquhar High School. And you hope that's a start of something for the Vulcans and not their last gasp.
Yep.
Headed away now by the California defense. Starting to get a little cool out here. First day without rain in a few days. There's a collision on the far side, and it's going to be a whistle, and I believe it's going to be awarded a free kick towards the Vulcans.
Yep. That's exactly what it's going to look like here. Kind of missed what exactly the foul was. It might have been on that.
It was definitely on the challenge, but I
Yeah.
think maybe a foot was up. No card, nothing like that, but definitely enough to warrant a whistle in California with the kick. Having a chance to get some real estate, getting something to the top of the box, headed away. Headed back now and back towards the goal taken by Yarrow. So Yarrow having to be a little more active here in the second half as California brings that front line up a little bit and trying to get that all-important equalizing goal. Points are very important. It's going to be a tight race to try and make the playoffs here in the PSAC. Always could come down to 1 point at the end, so you want to try and get as many points as you can. And also on the other side, keep IUP from getting 3 points with the win, so always something to think about. So Scardini now trying to get something to the middle, kicked away. Scardini's been very active for the Crimson Hawks. Taken by Green. Green now give and go, trying to get, I believe that's Hackison, but she was leaning the wrong way. Collected on the back now for IUP was Hayes. Hayes to Gunsit. Gunsit looking near side. It's going to go past everybody. Goal kick for California. 23-50. Substitution now for the Crimson Hawks. Coming in, going out will be number 8, Addie Myers. Not sure the number of who's coming back in until she turns. Looks like it is number 20. And that is Sydney Leach, defensive player from Akron, Ohio. Believe hometown of a very famous basketball player. Akron, Ohio.
Oh.
Do you know which famous basketball player?
LeBron James.
No, it's Morty Smith. He played in the 50s. No, it's actually LeBron James. And I think Braun Jr. I'm not sure where he was born.
My great-grandmother lives there.
Look at that. We're playing 6 degrees of LeBron James and Braxton Turner. Back now come the Crimson Hawks. Cut out by California. Again, a full weekend or week of activity here. As the men's golf team was in action earlier in the week. Both soccer teams in action today. Again, the men's team suffered a 1-0 loss to Seton Hill. And this weekend, California's volleyball team will be at home on Friday at 6, Saturday at 1. Football team on the road at Clarion at 2 o'clock. And I believe soccer plays that day as well. I don't have that in front of me. But, Braxton, for all things California athletics, you can go to calvulcans.com or follow Cal Vulcans on social for all the up-to-date stories, information, and more by Matt Kiefer and his staff, doing a good job of bringing the good word of Vulcan athletics.
Did you read the end of my articles?
I read the end and the beginning and the middle of every one of your articles. I pride that in myself. I look for hidden codes in your articles. But I also can't remember off the top of my head the end of your current article. Again, Braxton Turner. newly elected sports editor of the Cal Times. That just happened 7 hours ago.
Yep.
Kicked into the penalty area off the heads of Vulcan. Bounced around. IUP might get a shot off here, giving it to the near side. And there's a heavy, heavy contact, incidental, but I believe that is going to be a whistle, and the referee is going to come over, and they're going to check on the IUP player.
They'll stop the clock here as well.
And they're going to motion for the trainer to come out. Did not see the two players that were involved as the number there in that corner that's kind of hard to see from our location, but just looked like a situation where the IUP player was trying to stop and gather her momentum, and the California player was unable to stop her momentum on the cutback. So hopefully she's able to come back in. Waiting to see if there's anything more from the official here. Do not see him reaching into his pocket for a card, but it definitely be a kick from a tough area if you're a Vulcan fan. And now it looks like the IUP player is getting up gingerly. Again, still trying to get she's going to get a ride off. Still trying to see if we can get the number of the player. I believe that might be 35, Lauren Gussett. But also could be a 0. I believe that is Lauren Gussett. Again, angle she's being carried off at is very difficult, but it will be a kick for IUP once we resume action here. Taking the kick will be Clanton. Clanton already in this game has an assist, and that is in fact Gussett. She'll be carried to the near bench. So again, a tough area to take a kick if you're a Vulcan defensive team. 3 players on the front wall. See if they get something on that, if they try and go around it. Kick attempt, near side to Scardina. Scardina, far side, looking for a head on the ground, and it's going to be still on the ground, taken by California, and it's going to be cleared and collected by the Vulcans. California now trying to go ahead. Hackinson off the foot, quickly back come the Vulcans. 1-on-2, trying to get back. Hackinson and Green trying to put pressure on, and in fact the pressure will work as it'll be a throw in for the Vulcans now as we come around the 21-minute mark. Displaced now for IUP, and they're going to have a chance at a counter strike. Inside, trying to be overrun. Pass up ahead. Onside, and a shot attempt. Going to be not taken. Is a great job by the California defense. That's Kaylin Thomas getting back. I thought for sure, Braxton, that was going to be a shot on goal attempt.
I did for sure. Just great defense there by the Vulcans.
Substitution now for the Crimson Hawks. Throw in off the head, back. So they redo it again from the same exact spots. Turn around, throw into the far side of the field. Shot ahead, off of a leg for California, collected by the Crimson Hawks. Again, 1-on-2. Great job of the IUP defense coming up and cutting out that ball. Byrne now turning, trying to find some space in the middle. Tries to kick it ahead, and it will be a little bit of pressure from Green, but taken by Yarrow. And Yarrow, since it was played by another player, can put her hands on the ball, and she will throw it out.
Is that how that works?
I'm pretty sure. Not 100% sure, but we'll say that. As Hackinson taking some contact there, and that's going to be a whistle and foul against Paige Falsey for IUP. Now California will have a pretty good chance here to set something up here. Again, the wall for IUP, 3 players. 3 players strong. Majority of the players to the left of the kick taker for the Vulcans. Here we go. Shot on goal and high and over. But that's a strong attempt by number 6, Cora Wilkins. 18:47 will be the highlight. It'll be a goal kick for Yarrow. McKenna Yarrow, the goalkeeper, senior from Brandon, Mississippi. Jones College transfer. Throw in for IUP. As we're getting to that part of the game, under 20 minutes where IUP is probably going to start looking to go more in the corners, just eat this clock. And California just trying to do whatever they can to get possession, and they've had a couple good opportunities here in the second half, Braxton, just unable to get the bounce to go in their direction.
Yep.
Defense now, California. Give and go, trying to play over the heads. No contact. Good job of both players avoiding contact. Near side, still taken by California. Back on the boots. Headed away right off the head of 18 Emma Hayes. So California will get a throw in, trying to gain some real estate. Green. So that was an attempt by Wilkins to do something. Goes out of play. Headed away. Green takes it. Back, give and go. Here come the Vulcans. Oh, my. That was almost right on the feet of Hackinson. And back come the Crimson Hawks. Pass ahead. Great job of cutting that out for the Vulcans was Romice. That easily could have been a spot of bother for the Vulcans, and it'll be a throw in for California. Throw in now. On the far side. California. Trying to get some real estate, and there's a whistle. I think maybe they threw it in too quickly, Braxton.
Yeah, just because that other ball started to slide onto the field.
California displaced on the near side. They might have had something going, had that ball found the boot of a Vulcan player. Back now come the Crimson Hawks. Probing effort going to be taken by Ouimet. And she will reset. 16 minutes left to go in this contest. California trailing 1-0. Goal scored way back at the 25-36 mark of the first half. It was a nice play over the top of the California defense, and then basically a one-timer. Heavy contact between a couple players, and there will be a whistle. And it will be a foul against the Vulcans. And Braxton, we've seen just a little bit more contact, a little bit more fouls here as the intensity ratchets up here towards the end of the game.
Yeah, definitely. Especially as a referee when these games get close. You get a little chippy, you're probably a little bit more on alert. I know when the games are close like this, and any little mistake or call can change a game, my heart rate will go up as well.
Opportunity now for the Hawks. Kick. Save. Nice effort as Ouimet had to make a save as that was destined for the upper right corner. But that will be off of Ouimet's gloves over the end line for a corner kick, but great placement on that free kick.
Yeah. Ouimet just would have been maybe a hair, an inch or two less jump than what she did. Probably might have been a goal or a lot harder to corral it than she did.
Goal kick now, or corner kick, excuse me. On the ground. Cleared by California, but not out as IUP getting it back as they probe the far side. That's going to be a pass, a bridge too far, and it's going to be a goal kick for California. And a substitution waiting to check in for the Vulcans. I believe that is Anna Zachrisson, the freshman from Sweden. Play near side. Taken by Green. Green being pressured. California now. Under 14 minutes to go in the contest. throw in near side. It's going to go off of the feet of Hackinson. It'll be a throw in for IUP. And see if we start seeing IUP take a little bit more time on these throw-ins as we get to the closing stages of this contest. A lot of contact there. Hackinson fighting hard for it and will fight and get the throw-in earned for the Vulcans. And quickly, Green taking the throw-in, working 1-on-2, trying to dance around. Will take the throw-in again. Quickly back to Hackinson. Hackinson gives it right back. Give and go. Hackinson trying to get there. Will she? She centers it. And a big save by Yarrow. Bad angle, but Hackinson just to get a shot on that was amazing. And California Braxton has had 2 plumb chances here in the second half, and unfortunately neither one resulted in a goal.
Yeah, to be honest, that's just the nature of this game. It's just a matter of how often can you make that happen? How often can you try to get a shot on goal and whatnot? A lot of games can be left up to chance, to be honest.
Well, I'm not so certain if that was a shot attempt or Hackinson was trying to just center it, but Yarrow cut it down no matter what it was. And honestly had to wait a second because I thought maybe the ball had skirted or squirted underneath Yarrow and just might have had a chance to find another boot. But great job by the IUP goalkeeper. Now IUP back on the attack. Give and go cut out by Romice. Romice up ahead to Zackerson. Zackerson give right there, and that is going to be offsides as Hackinson was about, Braxton, 5 feet from just being off to the races.
Yep.
And now IUP really in no hurry to restart this action, as it will be a kick now for the Crimson Hawks with 11:30 left to go in the contest. Off the feet, and it'll be a throw-in for IUP. Doing the honors will be Sophia Garziarelli, 5'3" sophomore from Indiana, PA, so a local product for the Crimson Hawks. Near side. Taken. Again, IUP coming into this game undefeated, 4-0-1. California 3-3-2. Big points at stake here, though, for the PSAC West, as IUP and Gannon are fighting atop the standings. California, I believe, coming into this contest was 4th. Again, every point you can keep from another team is so important, especially as we come down to the second half of the season. Near side, Garziarelli. We'll look. Freshman getting a lot of clutch playing time here in the end of this contest. IUP just kind of dancing around, trying to kill some clocks. We come to the 10-minute mark left in the contest. Pass ahead, taken down. Back attempt, nothing doing, and California will regroup. Trying to get to Hackinson. Hackinson tries to get a pass over shoulder. He does. Zackerson and Hackinson, the Swedish teammates, trying to get some magic over there. Cut out nicely. Contact, nothing called, and back come the Crimson Hawks. Inside of 10 minutes now. A lot of room near side as California's trying to get more on the offensive side. And now Sims will check back in for the Vulcans. And checking out will be Orfall. So a little more speed coming in off the bench for the Vulcans as California will have a throw-in. Sims taking the throw-in. Give and go. Green now swarmed upon by Crimson Hawks. A flock of Hawks, if you will. Pass up ahead. Overplayed by IUP. Taken. Now a shot on goal. And saved by Ouimet. Ouimet waiting for her teammates to get some distance away from her. Trying to get some real estate now. Far side off the head. Taken. California throw in. Too far for California. A lot of pressure now. Kicked away, and it's going to be in play. California now trying to find some offensive possession, but kicks it into their own bench, and now IUP will saunter up and take their throw-in attempt with 8:15 left to go in the contest. Again, if you're IUP, Braxton, I think you're just content with trying to get to the corners and make California go the 300, the full 300 and some feet to get to a goal.
Yep.
Far side taken by the Crimson Hawks. Again, that's what they're doing. Just go to the corner, kill some time. With this, they get a pass in the middle, taken by California, still on the ground. California able to defend and keep it from a corner. Turning, firing, off the heads. Zachrinson now taking it for California. She's turning. Again, a big brace on that right knee. Don't know if she wore that last time we were here, and a little bit of miscommunication. And there's a whistle. And I believe an infraction against California. Not sure what for. Didn't see a lot of contact, so. Unless maybe it must have went off the sideline somewhere before there. Again, very hard to see the far side here from press row. Zackerson now with the steal, looking. A lot of contact. Looks like the advantage is going to be happening for California. Now no foul called. And back come the Crimson Hawks. Thought for sure there might have been something called there. IUP, just trying to get the give and go. Nothing doing. And back come the Vulcans. Passes Zackerson. Push in the back. Nothing. Give away. Starting to get a little more physical here in the waning moments. Last 6:40 is trying to get it to Sims. Sims was going one way. Green's pass went the other. It's going to be a throw-in for IUP. Again, Sophia Garzarelli, defensive player for IUP, freshman, getting a lot of play here. IUP working around the back. California trying to bring that line up, bringing a little bit more pressure. Nothing doing. Kick cleaned out by California off the feet, and it's going to be taken by the Crimson Hawks. And that's Scardina. Scardina gets it back to her back row. Getting it back to Scardina. Again, Scardina, the only goal scorer of the game. Flicks it ahead. Waiting for some help. Nice play up ahead, and it's going to be taken by We Met, as that was a nice effort by IUP, almost on a one-on-none break there. Ball thrown in. Or thrown out of play on the far side. It'll be a throw-in for California as we come to 5:30 left to go.
Yeah, now it has to be desperation time has to settle in now for the Vulcans, especially if they hope to just tie this game at least.
Yeah, again, California, if they can get a tie, they can at least earn 1 point. IUP with the win will get 3 points. Again, every point so important as you go into the latter half of the season. Again, we're in October. Season goes, not too far in November, so we're getting to that point where pass ahead. California outside. This is going to be a foot race. Hackinson and the goalie. Ball kind of floats in the air. Green's going to take it. Waits for somebody. Pressure from the back, and it's going to be taken by IUP, but a good couple exchanges there for the Vulcans. IUP plays it back away, just trying to maintain possession. Possession is more important than real estate if you're IUP. Pass ahead. Zackerson, nothing doing. Waiting for it. Kind of goes behind her. Gets it off the feet. Loose ball. Green going after it. Heavy contact. And they're going to say Green will have the foul. Almost a 50-50 there, but I think Green had a little too much body into that. And that's ultimately where the foul is going to be called. So 4 minutes in counting. Again, IUP not really in any hurry to start this. Pass near side to Garzarelli. IUP playing it back. It's trying to kill a little bit of this clock. And California pushing ahead, closing it out. Far side taken by the Crimson Hawks. Give and go to the corner. Again, just trying to find that corner, kill time. Foot race and cleared. Kicked almost into the woods, Braxton. Not sure if that ball ever would have been found again.
Probably not.
Will be a throw in now for IUP as we're 3:20 left to go here in the contest. Kick ahead. Nothing called. A little bit of contact. California now trying to find something. Goes off of a foot awkwardly. Taken back by California. Up and down. Here come the Vulcans. Going to be near side, and it will be California throwing. Good hustle there. Now California, 3 minutes left to go. You got to think this is maybe their last big push here in the game, so love to see a great opportunity to tie this game up. Throw in now. Short throw into Green. Green, again, just swarmed on by Crimson Hawks. IUP doing a good job of defending the near throw-in. Far side, off of the head. IUP playing it back. Pressure by California. Nothing doing. Taken by Orful. Orful to Sims. Sims off the boots, and it'll be a throw-in. Trying to get it in quickly, and there's going to be a substitution now. Sims wanted to go, but California making a sub. Checking out is 21, Kaylee Elwood. Not sure who checked in as it's on the far side. We'll try to get that to you as we go on. Sims now. Bless you. As Braxton has succumbed to his seasonal allergies. And I'm probably not but a few days behind him, especially since I have to cut grass tomorrow. Kick to the far corner. Foot race. Going to just stay in. Taken by IUP. In the corner. Goes out, and it will be a goal kick for California. California trying to get the ball quickly back. 1:40 left to go. See if we met Boots that just tries to go short for possession. She chooses short for possession. Now California trying a long pass. Knocked away from IUP. Or by IUP. Taken by Sims. Kick back. We met now. Collects it. Boots it high into the night sky. Fought for. Taken. Looks like California's going to have a chance. We'll get it. Centering it up. Green now fighting for it. She's been in a battle against 2 or 3 Hawks the entire game. IUP slowing it up. Moving to the corner. Throws it to the corner. And it will just...
1 minute.
Well, just goes out with 1 minute left in the game. There's a whistle. Not sure what the official's waiting for. I think the throw-in came too quick. Now we're at 45 seconds now. You got to hurry for California. Throw-in being fought for. Kick back. California trying to find something in the middle. Bounced right to the head of a Crimson Hawk. California now gets it ahead. Taken. Back off IUP. Goes through. Ouimette's going to have to run for it. 25 seconds. This is going to be tough. Trying to get that ball in from the ball boy. Goes to her line. 20 seconds. And Braxton, 20 seconds left. And a whole lot of real estate. Might be too much for California. There's 9 seconds. IUP just fighting for it. But valiant effort for the Vulcans. But they will fall second straight. Or they will fall today to IUP, an undefeated team. 1-0. That on the heels of drawing with Gannon 0-0. So, Braxton, that's the end of the game. California conceding a goal at the 25-36 minute mark, and that's all it took. So the final score here from Phillipsburg Soccer Facility, IUP 1, California nothing. We'll see you back on CTV Sports 1 of the PSAC Network on Friday evening at 6 o'clock for Vulcan Volleyball. So for Braxton Turner and the entire crew here at CUTV, I'm Gary Smith saying thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on the PSAC Digital Network and CUTV Sports 1.